Hello trader, welcome to another live session. Another very important day, trading week, coming up in a couple of minutes. Quite a few high impact news. Today is a big day. We see the market is moving, and which is good for us to see. I'm a little late, but let's begin another trading day here. We're looking forward to have a big session with all of you guys, and I hope that you are here. Thank you very much for joining. Say yes in the live chat, and we can begin the analysis straight away. We can look for trading opportunity as there is a coming up in a couple of minutes. We can see it's coming up on in 15 minutes time, coming up unemployment claims, flash manufacturing PMI, flash service PMI, in also in 1 hour time. So after the unemployment claims, we will see another 2 news coming, followed by also there will be CAD some later this NY session. So pretty another important volatile day. We will be looking to see potential entry on gold. We see there is a bounce from the daily support after break of this daily low. From this important support level, there is a rejection to the upside, and currently it's again trying to pull back here. So let's look at one by one. We will be looking at XAUUSD, and also we see there is a nice trend on GBPJPY, which is also potentially be heading back to the downside here. We see that GJ also had a very sharp a rejection from the top, as it is currently bear market. If we look at the daily, the price just tested the daily resistance and trying to break below again. So we also will be looking to see entry on GBPJPY along with XAUUSD. GJ, if we look at the bigger picture, it's a currently bear market as well. So there is a candle close coming on the 4 hour, which might give GBPJPY further momentum for potential drop here, which is also showing significant potential trading opportunity here. And first of all, we'll be looking at on gold to see. We have seen that after break of this support, this is, if you guys look at it, you can see that this is a very important key area of support, which is also an important support here. Penetrated that low here in the past. There was manipulation here, and from that level you see there is a sharp bounce because the level was hit by a big drop here to that support level, and from that zone we can see there is a sharp bounce. So at the moment the key question is, the market is again coming here or moving back up again. As for our entry, we need to see the potential directional bias in this market. So we're looking forward to see where the news bringing that price back, and after the news we can look for entry. If we look at here, you can see there is a rejection from this important area of value, which is a very key important support level. So after crossing that low, the market has made a rejection to the upside. Now this is the previous resistance here of this level. So if you look at here, this is a manipulation candle. You can see high and low. Very interestingly, this is the 15-minute chart. This is the high of the candle, and this is the low of the candle. And what we can see, the price just has rejected from this level to the high. So this is the manipulation top, and exactly from that level again the market has got another rejection. So you see that the prices hit that level, cross that low, and then return back again. Okay, so if you look at here, you can see this is a here there is a bounce to that level. Okay, so you can see this is an important resistance line where liquidity resistance. We have seen the prices grab that liquidity from that level and rejected back to the downside. Now what we can see here in this area, that the market, if you look at here, you can see support level, a clean break to the upside to that key area of resistance line. Now the price may, what I think, that if with the upcoming news, if we see that it has tested this low, potentially be back to the daily resistance line. Currently it's, you can see it traveled both direction equally from the daily perspective, low and high. So at the moment, if market drop again, we could look for potential buying opportunity in this market. So, and before the news, would like to see that the price has given that probability for possible bullish move in this market. So if you look at here, you can see this is a key level here. So you can see this is a lower time frame. The market has made its big bounce. Would like to see that with the news again coming down, that is where we will find potential further opportunity. As if you look at here, would like to see that it has done enough pullback. There is an impulse here. So this is an impulse currently in the major direction. Would like to see deeper pullback and then for entry back to the upside again, as it is a bull market. So our eye here will be to trade in the direction of the trend. So waiting for 10 minutes for the data to come up, and then once we see enough confirmation, we can look for entry. Here the best bet will be if we see the market has done enough pullback with the news, and then to buy to this level, let's say 3314 level, and to buy to 3314 level. Would like to see it has dropped again, because this is where the daily resistance line, right? So from the daily resistance, the price may try to go back up, or it could come back down. So the high probability setup will be from the lower to the high to daily resistance. So we would like to see drop back, and then we can look for bullish entry in this market. So let's see, the market may do exactly or may not do, depending on what kind of market structure is being formed. We can look for entry. Here is the key to understand that we need to look for a trade that is high probability. And as you can see, in a row we had 5 win on gold and keep winning. Let's keep winning. At the same time, doing the proper risk management is the key. And once you know that how to trade, once you understand it, it becomes much easier for you to become a profitable trader. So that's what we are looking at. Gonna live. Thank you very much. Good day. Hello everyone. Good work. Thank you. Good morning. Thanks for joining. Let's look at here. We are waiting for the data to come up, and then we will be looking at that entry. Okay, so here we see again pushing back to the upside. Let's start some music here, the familiar one. We saw that here after this second step liquidity grab, the market has made its move back to the upside here. There was a big bounce here. At the moment, not looking to buy from the top is because it still may go, but there is a daily resistance here. Okay, so it may try to reject again back towards the downside, though it is a long-term bull market. We can see that from the 4-hour, the price has got sharp rejection from the 4-hour 20 EMA. which means that we may see some upside here. But before we go to that, we would like to see that with the news to come back below to have some rejection downside, then we can look for entry to the upside here in this instrument. Looking at GBPJPY, which is currently 4-hour chart, if you look at here, you can see it's a bear market, GBPJPY. Okay, so with the GBPJPY, we'll be placing a pending order here for this potential break below. As we can see that GJ currently trending back to the downside. We have seen really this big bounce here, the price on the key level of resistance line here. And if we look at in this area, so what we can see that GBPJPY to potentially come back here to break below and then to return drop. So here GBPJPY will be placing a pending order in that area for possible bearish move here. So GBPJPY, if you look at here, you can see this is an imbalance around 10 to 15 pips here in that area. We'll be placing a pending order while we will be looking at gold to news to come up. So looking at GBPJPY here, I'll be placing a sell stop in that area on GBPJPY. So the trade allowed will be, so it's for GBPJPY, not on Xauusd. So sell stop putting at placing GBPJPY sell stop at 192.293. So stop loss at 192.451 and TP will be setting at 192.144. So that's a sell stop on GJ. If the market drop here, we will be on the trade, which is start to break below that. We can see we might get a trigger here. So before the news, we will be setting up for GBPJPY. So place the GBPJPY on this one here. So place the sell stop on GJ here, and expecting the market to break below. So if it breaks below, we will be on the trade. We will be keeping it as a pending order, and we will keep that running with a very tight risk. Now looking at on XAUUSD at the moment, we can see the market. We have the data coming up on dollar. So what kind of price action we can see here? The candle closed. So what is on the information? Let's see that if we look at here calendar, what we can see, the data unemployment claims has come to be 227k. The forecast was 230k. So let's see how it has impacted DXY, and from there we will be able to see that possible entry. Now if you look at DXY, you can see this is DXY, and here in this market, what we can see, DXY, the previous session there was a bounce, a break below. Let's see the daily. This is in a downtrend. So today so far we have seen a narrow pullback on DXY. So if you look at here on XAUSD, that just could be mirror effect, but here you can see the market didn't react yet aggressively. That there might be reason that there are two other important news coming in just a matter of an hour, so which is the flash manufacturing PMI and flash service PMI. So once though we see that they have been released, we may see again significant move in this market. Early we saw that there was a huge move on gold, and with this movement on gold, you can see this is a big bounce from this support level, a significant breakout, followed by here we can see sideways movement. Now looking at 1 hour again to see how this market might be moving, we see that this is the 1 hour candle on gold. There's a complete break to the upside, and as soon as the candle closed, it has dropped back down. Now looking at very lower time frame, so you can see it's trying to create a bullish market structure. I would like to readjust this line for the daily resistance. Looking at here, it's on the daily resistance. So from here, the market could potentially trend back to the upside, but the best entry for us, as we discussed earlier, is if the market drop back here, because it already early Asian session we saw that there was a bullish move, and then the market dropped almost back to the previous daily low. Because the market dropped to the previous daily low in this bull market, we saw that reaction. Now with that reaction, the market again has gone to where the price started, the daily candle. Now from here, it is now little less likely or difficult for the sellers to push back again to the green zone, is because the market already started a downtrend after this big move. So it's on a pullback potentially on the daily. So you can see from here a big green candle, long wick. So here the buyers are buying from this zone to the upside. It has reached in a level where the price may try to pull back on the daily. So if it wants to pull back on the daily, then we may see the market on the lower time frame to have potentially bearish pressure that we have seen, because there is a previous hour a bounce. Now want to see that it has again dropped some of the levels, and it might even range in this zone as this resistance, this support, is crucial that we have seen in the past the market tested this high and tested this low, which is in fact now is still following that same high and low in this market. So here is the lower time frame price action that we can see. While GBPJPY is breaking below, we set the pending order and we might get a trigger here on GJ. So that is where looking to see the market. Here we can see it's a couple of doji formation in this area, and with this doji, if you look at here, it's a triangular pattern, and from the triangular pattern, wanting to see the market coming here back below to the this is a resistance line, and if the price drop here, that is where we will be able to find potential entry in between this support and resistance. Thanks for welcome, Patrick. Hello, welcome. Does we have potential sell on GJ? We placed a sell stop on GBPJPY, still not triggered, but we may get a trigger. I think we may see that if you look at here, there is a breakdown and our target to the next support level. So if the market is breaking below here, then expecting it to come back here to this level, as this is where there is an this is an imbalance, is a fair value gap. So we may see the market to come back here, and here on GJ we have target around to 15 pip for this potential move. So we will be looking forward to see any trade coming on GBPJPY if it breaks below. While gold, we can see from this this is the 5 minutes chart on gold. It's creating a trend line here, smooth trend line, and breaking below. As in just a matter of an hour, there are two other news coming, and the market is still can drop back down here. So 4 hour, you can see it's a doji formation. We have 1 hour 22 minutes remaining for this candle to close, and as I mentioned earlier, there is another probability for the market again to drop again back below here. 1 hour chart, you can see it's coming. So if this price action coming straight back again, that is where we may see possible again bounce. So even the market could range in that zone a bit extended period of time. So GBPJPY is getting here bounce. We didn't enter yet, so we will be waiting for GJ to enter, while we can see gold slowly coming down here after this break to the resistance line. Are you guys getting my point? And here is a very important point to note down, is that when we are entering the trade, our all the trade that we will try to take in the direction of the trend, and here it's a daily uptrend, but we have seen there is a breakup structure, and that breakup structure has given the market to remain lower time frame bearish at the moment. Hello, thank you very much. Welcome. So now we can see here it's slowly pushing back down to that market, and so on gold we will be waiting for the potential break below here in that area. So what we can see, it's trying to create a structure. We'll be waiting for this is the 30 minutes price section. You can see after this big drop, it's now slowly creating another bearish price action in that area. And as this is the daily resistance line here, we may see the market to come down here to continue to drop. So once we see enough confirmation, we can look for entry. At the moment, what I think, it may range in that zone here on gold. And in the meantime, traders, if you are enjoying the live session that we are doing every day, if you like this stream, will be helpful. And also, if you haven't subscribed yet, you can do so. I do share everyday analysis as well as trade ideas, and also stay connected by joining the Telegram link you can find below this video for all the ideas and also trade updates, education that I'm posting in the Telegram, where you can learn and grow as a trader. Now here is the market is coming back below in that area. Okay, so lower time frame on gold, this is a clean breakout here, now slowly trying to come down to the 4-hour support. This is the 4-hour price action. Now how this intraday candle closing is also crucially important. Okay, so if you look at here, you can see this is intraday price action from the 4-hour, and as the market has got a rejection from this 20 EMA, we may see that the market to potentially revert back to the upside. And at the moment, would like to see it's on a pullback. So we would like to see that how the price potentially be coming here. Once we see enough movement, we can look for entry. At the moment here locally, we can see the price slowly showing that bearish trend, and that bearish trend is important to see that the market is giving us that probability for us to enter into the trade. Now what we can see, the lower time frame, as from this daily resistance, the market has got that rejection, creating series of lower high. Would like to see the price to come back here, continue to drop to that support level here. And we'll keep watching XAUSD at the moment. As we can see, the market may start to trend in this one, as there is another news coming in 1 hour time. So along with also we especially will be using the pending order like we do in all our session. And here what we can see, okay, so here we can see the market respecting this trend line in that area. So with this trend line retest of the 5 minutes on gold, this is an imbalance here, the market left. So in the next news, if we see the price is potentially breaking further below, we may be able to find an entry for short term. Now either this market is ultimately this market ultimately becoming a bear market or a bull market. So because there is a sharp rejection from the top, the trend is still bullish. But if you look at the weekly, you can see that from the weekly it's still bullish. So any break below is where for us opportunity to go long. As you can see from the weekly, it already made a significant breakout. We are almost nearly to the end of the week. Tomorrow is Friday, last day of trading week. Now today is another important trading day, as already one high impact news been published and the other two coming, and we will be covering in this news. So in this, come on, we are not seeing news in this live session. So we will see that how the market is potentially be creating an opportunity to enter. Now because from the weekly it's a bull market and there is a data coming, before the data would like to see that it's dropping further below before we look for entry. Now dropping down to the daily, here is the key. Okay, so if you look at here, you can see the market from the daily, from the top there is a rejection and the price is straight drop to the previous daily low. Here is where there is a previous daily low and which is a key area of support, and from that key area of support we can see that there is primary bounce. Now at the moment, because the price is getting primarily rejection from the daily resistance, here in this zone the price may remain bearish or sideways, because after this big move, after this big move back to the upside, we may see now a pullback. So looking at from that perspective here, 15-minute chart, if you look at, you can see now it's slowly creating bearish structure. And to enter any kind of sell trade here, we would like to see that the market grab liquidity like that. Okay, so a strong rejection from the top or from any of this zone, that is where we can look for selling, and it may ultimately drop back again to that support level. So looking at here in this area, that if we look at what we can see from this resistance, the market slowly breaking below. So breaking this high, okay, is where we will be able to sell here in that direction. So it still can continue to drop, but if the price is going back to hit that level from here or from any of this zone, and on the rejection we will be placing the pending order. I hope that you guys understanding the analysis now. Understanding the market, understanding the structure is very important, because as a trader, the key is to know that when to enter and when to stay sideways, right? Because trading the sideways market is disaster, right? So you don't want to trade on a sideways. If you see the sideways market, stay sideways, because if you trade on a sideways market, especially on a narrow range, it's just losing. Now slowly, this is where the price forming a structure which is for me potentially to be bearish. Now to enter into the trade, would like to see that it has filled that zone here. It may not, I would look to place pending order around this area, but it's still not going in, because it is still can come and go back up again in that area, because it didn't grab enough liquidity here. So if we see a long wick or a rejection to the upside, and then on the drop, we can look for that selling in this market. Here you can see that this is a bearish engulfer. It's still showing that bearish trend, and there are bull flags. So some bull flag trader might try to buy here, which is very, very reasonable to think. But this is for me potentially to be, we could see that bear market. But as it's a bull flag, at any point we could see some attempt from the buyers to fill that zone, and then we may see that rejection back to the downside. And if the market goes up here and getting that rejection, we will have more space here for taking a bigger lot or bigger risk reward to find that potential drop. But I think the market may ultimately drop back to 3291 level, because this is a complete imbalance in that area. So 4-hour chart here, the market just below the 4-hour level, and still we have 1 hour to go for this 4-hour candle to close. And this also, the candle also containing very two important high impact news, including the current one that has been released. So this 4-hour candle is very important because it's containing high impact news. Okay, so it will contain that high impact news. So this candle is important, and this is where the market is showing that possible directional bias. I've been at 3300, and yeah, this is where 3300 is a key level. We may see that potential drop here. As I mentioned, we didn't enter yet, place the pending order, because as I mentioned earlier, it may drop here, or we'll be waiting for a bounce and then to reject back again in that direction. So we see there is a 1 hour close coming, and that 1 hour close is important, because after this 1 hour close, we could see the market to have deeper pullback that we can see. It's trying to do that here. Looking at the 1 minute chart, so from here you can see it's a channel, expecting it to trend back to the upside, and you can see it's pushing back to the upside here. waiting for, you can see, slowly pushing back up again, and that's what we are expecting for the market to move back up to the resistance. And as there's a 1 hour candle close coming, in this area, what we can see, the market is still could potentially be remaining bullish to the upside here. So we're waiting. So if it breaks below, at the moment we will not be entering. We need to see the market has done that move back to the upside here, and that's where we are entering into the trade. We see 1 hour candle close coming in a couple of minutes. Okay, so here slowly the price trying to get that rejection. So yeah, still we could see that rejection back to the upside here in that area. We see that there is a 1 hour candle close coming in 5 minutes, and because the price has got that rejection, if you look at here, it's also forming a head and shoulder, which is pretty big head and shoulder on the 1 hour, and that head and shoulder might take that price potentially back to the support level. And with that being said, if we look at the 1 minute chart, we can see quite a few doji formation, and that move, that the candle close coming, that move back to the upside is essential. If it bounce back to the resistance, here we will be placing that pending order. First, once the candle close, we would like to see that there is a push back to the upside, and if it is going back to the upside with this 1 hour candle close, we will be looking for potentially selling in this market. All right, so we would like to see that bounce back up, as it's, you can see a couple of narrower red candles, so which is creating slowly an imbalance. So with the 1 hour close, I would like to see that it's pushing back up, and if it is pushing back up, we will be placing an entry around this area for this possible drop back to the support. You can see this pushing back up, and if you look at the 1 hour, the candle closed, it may even go back to test the resistance line. So it may still go back even here. We can see that pushing back up in that area. And thank you. All right, cool. We should see that moving back. And all right, so you guys see that the market is in fact pushing back to that level from the 1 hour. It's approaching that. We may see that it's going back up to the test this 20 EMA or even crossing that high, potentially back to the upside. Now if it is a trend continuation pattern, so for us to find an entry, so we would like to see the market has broken below for sell, or if it wants to go back up to the daily resistance, which is to create another bullish move, which are I think less likely, though 4 hour closing in 1 hour time, and this 4 hour candle close is important. Okay, so it's breaking below here from the 1 minute, and so if we see the market is continue to break below, we will be placing the pending order below this structure. So if the market breaks the support and in this drop, we will be taking that move. But first of all, we still see that it's showing here bullish. So we would like to see that how the market doing here. If it is straight coming down, that's where we will be looking for entry below this. This is the zone that if the market drops, that we will be looking to sell, because below this support level to this level is where you can see it's an imbalance. And but you can see it's now here pushing back up, going to the daily resistance line again after this 1 hour close. So now you can see the market is now here going back up to this daily resistance line, and looking at the 15 minutes and 5 minutes. If you guys looked at that, how the candle closed. Now, after crossing 3315 level, we'll see that either the market is going still pushing back to the upside, or it's breaking back below, because this is the daily resistance. Now, if the market going high, okay, crossing that high and then breaking below, that is where we'll have better entry opportunity. Now, to continue this uptrend is also possible, but I think because there is a very strong breakdown from the top, from the daily, it may not be able to push back to the upside, which is possible as I mentioned earlier. But I think still the bulls may not be able to create a new higher high here. Instead, from this level, from this resistance line where there is a opening and closing, is where we could see the market to drop back down. Do you agree with me, guys? What's your view on that? Share your opinion here on the live chat. Let me start a poll again. So do you think that the price will reach daily high, or it's gonna drop? So let's see. I posted the poll. If you guys cast a vote here, let us know what do you think. Here it's after the 1 hour close, as we expected, has pushed back up. Now, if this market breaks below, from this low here, we will be selling below to this imbalance. If it is going up at the moment, I will not be buying until we see what's happening, because the price on the daily, this is where the daily candle open. We saw in the Asian session the market has gone up and then has dropped back below. So the price may, even the daily candle may close as a doji, and to close as a doji, it may just go up and down here throughout the session, as we will see that in just 30 minutes time coming up big high impact news in this area. So this is where looking at the market to show that potential entry. Here is trying to push back to the upside, which is this is a daily high. We'll see how the price react to the daily high. Sideway movement. This is here local bullish after the 1 hour close. So as a rule of thumb, we can expect one more flight back to the upside but from here we may see that the market to trend back down to see where it is heading to. Now, yeah, so you can see it's sideways. From here we may see one more potential bounce and then to revert back to see if this is the highest point or going up further to drop again. Looking at the 4-hour candlestick pattern, moving up to the resistance, possibly heading back up. Now, if the market is in this area that we would look to buy, it's almost to the daily resistance here. You can see it's crossing the daily threshold, and in that area where there is a daily threshold, we will see that where it is heading to. Approaching the daily resistance, and from here we could see a potential bounce back up or another rejection. So depending on how the price action will be forming, 15 minutes closed again, just past that level. This level is really crucial, and you can see just candle closed above this level and showing possible just has touched the daily high. You can see it's getting some reaction from the top. Now depending on how the price is coming here is where we will be looking to enter any position. Getting some rejection from the top. Looking at the 1 hour, this is where I would like to place a pending order in this area on a key level here. If the market breaks that low here, we will be entering into the trade. If the price come back below, then we'll be entering into the trade. It's a sell stop order here at 3308 level, and would like to see that it's potentially coming down here. If it drop down to the support level again, we might be able to hold it for bigger move if the market continue to drop. And here is the sell stop that I'm placing on Xauusd. If it goes back up, we will not be entering yet. Sell stop at 3308.95. We can adjust any time if the market not going in our direction. Stop loss above all this high 3315.89, and TP target is at 3295.86. That's why the TP target here. If the market breaks below, we are on the trade potentially to trend back down. If not, then we will see that where it is heading to. So place the sell stop at 3308.95, stop at 3315.89, and TP target at 3295.86. This is a primary pending order, considering the fact that we may see the market to trend back down. If it continue to rise, then we will be looking to place entry later after the market establish another trend. It's showing here that possibly to move back up. So you can see that it's showing here possibly further move, but I'll still be holding for possible sell stop here. Okay, so we place the sell stop at 3308.81, stop at 3315.89, and TP target set at 3295.86. We may be able to even extend if the market moves in our favor. So that's where the sell stop is set on XAUUSD for a possible downside here. As the price approaching from the daily resistance line, would like to see that it's coming back here, and I would be even happy to close at this level. Let's see how far, because this is an important support. It may try to bounce if it drop here from this. So 3302 will be a level that we can set the TP if the market come back and hit our entry. For a high probability hit. Because the market might even range in that area. So okay, so you can see there might be a bearish move as we discussed. So I'm going to set the TP at 3302.73, so at this level. So readjusting the TP pending on the same, just readjusting the TP at 3302.73 level, just to this is the TP level. Okay, so just to make sure that if it breaks below, we have the right TP level that the market will hit. That's the so that we have that winning ability or winning probability is higher. So we reset the TP at 3233. Reset the TP at 3302.20. So this is where we have reset the TP. Let's see if this market is potentially be dropping back below or heading back to the upside. It's creating a consolidation pattern here. Okay, so Place that sell stop at 3308.95, stop loss at 3315.89, TP at 3302.73. If the market breaks below the structure, expecting to trade that imbalance to the support level, because this is an order block, previous one, and we can expect it to come back here to this imbalance if the market continue to drop here in that direction. Looking at the 4-hour here, so the 4-hour candle, the price tested that high, the price tested the daily resistance as well. So from there, expecting that the market to come back down. So if you look at the 5 minutes, which is also showing potential bearish moves. So if this trade hit the entry and come to the TP, we will have 66p profit here. So target is 66p. Let's wait to see how the market plays out. I have done the proper risk management, which is very, very important. Guys, if you didn't do the risk management, I highly encourage not to take the trade. Risk management is the key to become better at trading. Now you can see the market is slowly pushing back down here. And as soon as the trade triggered, we'll be monitoring, and if needed to close early or I'm doing anything, I will be also sharing here with an announcement that I'm going to do this with that trade. Still not haven't got entry. We are nearing to the entry point. We may see a trigger. We see there is a head and shoulder, and the market trying to break below that head and shoulder here. Now it's you can see it's a liquidity zone, so some buyers trying to buy here or taking profit from the sellers. See if this support is remaining or breaking below. Okay, it's creating a narrow candle here on the 1 minute. And let's see if this one is a liquidity grab and coming down or pushing back again to the upside, which can be, it can push back up again. That is why the entry was little lower. So this is where we can see the market moving in sideways in that area. Okay, getting some rejection now. This, if the market remaining bearish here, we may be able to see that drop. Waiting for that trigger of the trade. So you can see a bearish move. Let's wait to see for the market almost nearing to the entry. Got triggered. My trade is active on gold on Xauusd. So I'm with the trade. It's coming down in profit zone. Like to see a push back down here. Expecting to drop. We are on the trade. Active trade on the running. And see there is a rejection again from here. It's a very tight stop loss. And it's getting some rejection from here. And looking at the 30 minutes, we see there is a candle closed. 15 minutes. Waiting for that potential break below to the support level. Would like to see the market coming down here. And okay, coming down here to the near our entry. Still I would think to drop the market. You can see running in profit at the moment, so I'm running in profit. It's a live account. Also prepared to close whenever I need it. Still dropping, and I'll give a shout out once I see the market has dropped. Will be as soon as we see the market has dropped, will be I'll be closing the position. Still expecting to drop back down, running in profit at the moment, and whatever I'm doing, you guys will see that. Let's wait to see that potential further drop. the goal here is to close with decent profit, and cool. Some bearish move, there some rejection trying to come up from here, expecting the market to trend down, where the price slowly pushing back down here. Again, we are in the profit area. Would like to close that trade as much profit as possible with a potential drop back down. So I'm also ready to close when needed. Come on, the market struggling to break below. Here there is a doji, and come on, 30 minutes, 15 minutes. We've entered in the profit zone, and so would like to see that break below this low, and okay, so we are coming to a good profit zone at the moment. All right, running in profit, and as soon as I will be in a good zone, I will be closing that trade. Below there is a gap opened, and okay, I'm going to okay, I will be exiting the trade right now. I'm exiting the trade with the running profit. I'm out with the trade. As there's a gap open, we may see further drop or bounce back up. I'm out with the trade with the running profit. Out with the gold trade, and here we see, because this is a market which is very at the moment in a very crucial level, I don't want to reduce my that trade to the upside. We around 20 pip on that. So if we look at here, this is a very narrow zone. We cannot expect a big move here in that area because it's in a sideway. It may just go up and down here, so we will be re-entering once we find further entry opportunity. Here I am out, and because it may push back again or come back down here, you can see it's now trying to push back up, and so the key here is to look for a market that trending. So you'll delete that part here. Let's see that where what kind of price action is forming, and we will be re-entering as soon as we will find further opportunity. Here it's in a sideways at the moment on the lower time frame. It may push back again and then could return back down. There's another block here. Have you guys enjoyed this live session? Let's look for the next trade. Once we see enough confirmation, we'll be re-entering the trade any point, while we also will be looking at some other instrument, how they are doing. In the middle you can see GBPUSD sideways, GBPJPY also not having a very sharp trend. Dollar yen also not in a very strong trend. So where Xauusd is the market currently trending, but with this long 30 minutes candle that we can see this market to break up this high, it got that rejection, and so the 4-hour candle closing here in 16 minutes. So how this 4-hour candle closing is important, because if this one is closing as a red candle, as a long wick red candle, red body, next one may try to come back here again for another retest. Where do you look for the next entry? Let's look at here. Thank you. It will reach daily high. Your eye dropping. USD analysis. Yeah. Thank you very much. Yeah, so what happened is, if you look at here, you can see the market again pushing back down, the big drop again, and it just, yeah, because 30 minutes, this 30 minutes candle is a big bear. It's a liquidity grab. This 30 minutes is a pure manipulation candle, and now the next one is coming here to fill that zone. If you look at the 5 minutes, you can see it's again pushing back down. So this is the 1 hour. Now there might be some manipulation here at the moment, because this 1 hour candle just has tested this 1 hour support, right? It may now try to push back again before the close, and then to come back again. You'll see that there could be a potential boom bounce again, but we will not be buying, because what I think that before the candle close, there might be manipulation here like that and coming back again. So it's a now very you'll see that manipulation probably most likely. This is the 1 hour, right? So before this close, we still have 13 minutes to go for this 1 hour close. It might go back up again, then come back down. So manipulation is it's happening when you see that um, looking at the live market always will give you a big edge understanding the market. But in case if that not happen, the market straight drop back down, that might be potentially big drop. But I think highly likely we'll see the market again going back up before this 1 hour close to potentially retest from that high, and then you could see that it's coming back again. You see it's pushing back down again, back up again, which is after this drop. And the market understanding the live market is very important than any kind of back testing, because when you understand the live market, then you started to see actually the market how it may be doing. You can see what we discuss here, it's doing it now. 30 minutes is important because there's a green candle. How this 30 minutes will close will determine that the next one how it might be doing. So before this candle close, expecting a move back up again and then to drop down. This is the 1 hour, which is closing in 11 minutes. So it's if we look at the 1 hour, this is a doji. You can see they're coming back down here, and okay, so you can see the market slowly pushing back down here, and now looking for this zone. So 4 hour closing potentially as a doji, and from the 1 minute chart here, big breakup structure on the lower time frame, a complete break below, Now for us to find further entry opportunity here, looking at the 4 hour, it's a big drop here on the 4 hour chart, a big long bear candle. So if you look at the 1 hour and the 15 minutes, this is the previous, as we discussed, that this is an imbalance, and how this candle is going to close is important to look at to see how the price might be reacting to that imbalance. After this big drop, there is a narrow doji formation, and here this is support. Let's see how the market is reacting to the support with the 1 hour close and the 4 hour close. We can look for further entry opportunity once we see the market confirms that possible entry. Patience is key. So the 1 minute chart, we can see the market's trying to push back up again for another potential liquidity grab here. So we have before the 4 hour close, one more 5 minutes candle. We'll see that how the price potentially might be doing in that zone. This is sharply bear market at the moment after this breakup structure. So you can see it's trending. 4 hour close is important to see. Looking to see where we can find next, and I think the market is still bearish, and we still could see potential bearish price action here in this market. So here is 1 minute chart. We can see there is a narrow liquidity grab here again. So and because of the data that we have seen, the market has made that move at the moment, looking to see what kind of price action it might be creating in this session now, as this 5 minutes candle is important, because once we see that it has there's a gap here to this liquidity zone 25 pip, and looking forward to see where here it's in this last moment there is a trend line formation, and if you look at the 4-hour close coming in just a matter of 1 minute, so it's a big bear move. Continuing to drop here from the daily. As I mentioned in the beginning, it ultimately dropped back to the daily support level, completely to that support, and so 4-hour looking at the candle close with a big bear candle. This is completely currently falling market. So 1 hour, if you look at here, you can see it's a big bearish engulfer from the 1 hour, and that may continue to drop here as it's a sharply falling market. So full breakdown on gold, and that might lead this price again coming further below from the daily. As the price has broken the support, we may see the price coming here to the 1 hour to the daily 20 EMA. So here we will be looking for selling opportunity, because this market has shown significant bearish drop. So let's delete all those lines to see possible entry again here. Once we see the price there's a big fair value gap here, so any pullback to the upside is where we can find possible selling opportunity in this market. So looking at the 1 minute, also the market slowly trying to uh, move back to the upside for potentially for another deeper pullback. And this is the 4-hour resistance line, also the 1-hour 30-minute all-time frame. So the market may go here, retest, and then return back again. Now from here, if we see the price again going to hit any of this important resistance in that area, because it's in a sharply falling market, this is where we will be able to find potential entry. This market may continue to trend. If we look at the 30 minutes and the lower time frame, we may see sharp trend here, but before that it's pushing back up for potentially retest. This is a significant level of resistance. Okay guys, so we see some sideway movement, and we have successfully closed the live trade, and looking forward to have another session tomorrow guys with all of you. Until that, ending this session today. We'll see you tomorrow again trading live together. Until that, stay well, stay